That's why I pressed the button. Yes. Yes, I do. Let's see. It says that we're live. I'm just waiting for the other screen to show us talking and moving and stuff. Hello. Do you guys see us yet? Because I don't see us yet. There we are.
I just had a little commercial pop up. I was watching like this little ad. They were doing like a little sailing thing on a boat.
Nice, nice. Hello, everyone. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Lou. How is everyone doing tonight?
Did you guys read the book? Did you like the book?
Yeah, what did you guys think about Murder at the Vicarage? Not gonna lie, I love this cover. This is an awesome cover. Beautiful cover.
Do you have the hard copy or the paperback?
I have paperback.
I was gonna say, like, I'm in love with like the hard copy version of this. I'm like, and we're gonna Instagram this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is legit aesthetic vibes.
I mean, I think this is utterly fascinating. The one thing about this book that like truly like stood out, and this is a very random note, is when you look at it, they have the layouts of stuff so that you understand where people are in their locations. Yes. I'm going, this is not typical. Usually they're, you know, people will say, oh, in the corner, oh, this. They usually kind of spell it out for you, like linguistically, and they're like, no, we're just going to tell you the layout of this place and make it easier for you to visualize.
I really like that because I did not, I ended up reading it or listening to it on audiobook. And so I'm driving and I didn't get to see the maps. Like I read enough to see the very first map, but there was two or three maps in here that I didn't get to see in general. So that really does help because like you're trying to really picture the vicarage and like what it looks like and everything. So yeah, looks like we've got some more people. Hey, Nicole, Stephanie, Lady Gizmo. How are you guys?
I saw Nicole gave it 4 stars and I saw you gave it 3 stars. So I'm curious how everyone else felt about this book. I enjoyed it. I'll give it like 3.5, 4 stars. Yeah. I actually kind of felt as if it was a play of sorts. I ended up watching the 2005 TV movie adaptation of it. It's available on Amazon for $1.99. I bought it. I watched it twice. And I actually think it played out much better visually than it did in this narrative format. So I actually enjoyed just watching the mystery play out more so than I think I did when I read it.
Yeah, because I got it on Hoopla and I listened to it on Hoopla, but they also have the starring Geraldine McEwen. They actually have it on Hoopla, so you can go and watch. They have Murder at the Vicarage. It's episode 2 and it's 93 minutes long. So there's 4 episodes. There's like The Body in the Library, Murder at the Vicarage, 450 from Paddington, and A Murder is Announced. So you can go and watch Murder at the Vicarage if you wanted to. On Hoopla, they have it available, which I'm pretty certain I'm going to do that because I want to be able to like see it. And I love that actress who plays Mrs. Marple. So I'm totally down for that. Totally
She's
down.
Adorable. That's actually, I think, the one that I saw, but I watched on Amazon instead. She was adorable in it because when the inspector comes, there's just this shot of her watching him and he's going, what did I just get involved in? Like, who is this woman? Mm-hmm. It was just really funny the way they did that with her. They had like a good sense of humor with it.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like, you know, to me, this read like a play almost. So I think it was adapted really well. So again, if you guys want to do movie night in, I'm all for that.
Okay, so Nicole, Angela and I were talking about the exact same thing. She says, what was weird to me is that the series is called Miss Marple, but it wasn't told from her perspective. That threw me. Lol, usually whoever the series is based on, that's whose perspective it's told from. I 100% agree, and I think that's why I rated it so low, was because I expected a Miss Marple perspective. Just like I've read you know, I read, Murder on the Orient Express, and that's told from Poirot's point of view. So, like, you get to be in his head. Whereas this one, it threw me. And I was like, what? No, what? Miss Marple's not a man. She doesn't have a wife. I am confused. And yeah, I didn't like that.
That was my big critique as well. Again, we were just chatting like a few minutes before we went live, and I would have been okay, even if it was alternating perspectives. I would have liked to have had her point of view somewhere in there, but the fact that we didn't get her point of view at all was just, that was kind of not okay by me, because again, she's supposed to be our protagonist, and she didn't feel like our protagonist. She kind of felt like a sleuther on the side almost, or you kind of found out secondary how she was sleuthing, or he would be a tag along. And so the way it was kind of playing out was a little bit more difficult to follow, because you're going, this is Miss Marple's story, and yet we're not really following Miss Marple, and yet somehow it's not really her story, but we're learning about the vicar and his wife and all their marital issues.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're also learning about like everyone else and where they were at, and I don't know. She also seemed just. I know that Miss Marple's snoopy, because like that's her thing. She's a snoop, and so like I love that. But in this book, at least from the audiobook, from what I could hear, I was like, lady, is that all you do? Is you're just looking outside your garden thing, and like you're not actually, because I'm used to, sorry, my cat keeps rubbing up against where my computer is. Because I'm used to like murder, like oh goodness. What's her name? The other show where Murder, She Wrote. Like, I'm used to, like, she goes out and tries to figure out what's going on.
Oh, you got the Angela Lansbury over there.
Yes, yes. And so, like,
Jessica Fletcher, that's her name.
Yes, Jessica Fletcher, thank you. I kept expecting, like, a Jessica Fletcher kind of thing, and it wasn't happening for me. It wasn't happening for me.
I have to admit, I was almost defensive on Miss Marple's behalf, because the way they would describe her wasn't altogether flattering. I actually picked this one. There's no detective in England equal to a spinster lady of uncertain age with plenty of time on her hands. And then they start talking about her bird watching and how she has nothing to keep her busy. And there was another one where she was saying like, well, at least she has a sense of humor, but she is dangerous because she has nothing else going on, so she knows what's going on in the village. I mean, it wasn't exactly flattering to her.
No, it wasn't. And that annoyed me. But then I also have to think of what was the time period in which Agatha Christie was writing these things, and the viewage of women and different things like that. And so I don't know. Overall, I thought it was okay-ish, but I do agree with who said it. I do agree with how Agatha Christie writes Poirot more than I'm liking this so much. But this is my very first Miss Marple, so maybe that is to change, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it's I just saw Nicole's comments about the quotes. The inspector and kind of people had this kind of chip on their shoulder almost. I mean, the inspector didn't really think Miss Marple was going to be able to help him at all, and then she would know something before he did. And he's like, oh, yes, well, one thing you didn't realize, and she's like, had already mentioned it 10 pages before. Mm-hmm. So there are some things, I liked kind of the little irony and the little twists like that. But I was I think my biggest thing is the fact that it almost felt anticlimactic of sorts. Spoilers. So talking about who the murderers are, they confessed. I thought it was the wife of the man in the first place. I was going, oh, well, nobody likes him, but she seems to have a lot going on with this affair, and she doesn't seem fond of him. So I'm going, the wife did it. Then she confesses, her lover confesses, and because they confessed, they're ruled not suspects. And then it comes back around, it's like, yeah, but they confessed because they didn't want to be suspects because they did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very much so. I just you were confused by that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I don't know, I just didn't see that happening. And then, I mean, Agatha Christie's very, very good at pointing the finger at multiple different type of people. And so I liked it whenever Miss Marple was like, yeah, I have 7 suspects. And you're just like, 7? and then like trying to figure out who she thinks is the suspect, and she doesn't like release who she thought did it until like the very end. Well, it could have been you, Vicar. It could have been Griselda. It could have been like this person, even your nephew, Dennis. And I'm just like, dang.
She named everybody. And the thing is, everybody hated this guy. Everybody had a motive. It was kind of terrible because you're going, again, I thought the wife did it in the first place, and then the whole we're ruling her out thing, and I'm going, well, everybody else had a motive, so now I'm just going to play along. And so then it goes back to the wife, and I'm like, so I was right, question mark? I just...
Yeah, pretty much. I like what Lou says. Lou says that is what is so delicious to her. Miss Marple looks like a bumbling, forgetful old biddy, but she's sharp as a tack, which I guess does play well through other aspects. Excuse me. When she can look harmless, but she's also someone like I liked that she came up with the idea of tricking both Redding and Mrs. Penrose or whatever her name was, the wife. I liked how she came up with a way to like trick them to get them to sort of confess or figure out a way. Like I liked that. She was very, very sharp in that way. But then it also is like, is the constable really that much of an idiot? Like, was it? I don't know if he was that believable.
I mean, the other thing about Miss Marple is that she was friends with Anne. Again, our murderer. She was friends with her. And I kind of got this Hitchcockian Rear Window vibe because they kind of made Miss Marple into an alibi. They made her, bird watching. She kind of saw everything play out. And so that was kind of interesting to me. So she was involved in the mystery in that way. But it was almost as if they didn't expect her to actually figure it out. They were going to use her, and they didn't really expect her to follow up on that mystery alibi there. So again, kind of playing with like the forgetful old biddy there, that comment. I mean, people were kind of thinking that when it came to her, and then she kind of flipped the tables on them.
Yeah, which I like. I like that she was like, yeah, you're going to have this expectation of me, and I'm totally going to blow it out of the water. I just wish that I knew more about her. Like, I want to be in Miss Marple's head. Not necessarily like it has to be told from first person and I know exactly what she's thinking, because that'll take the mystery out of the mystery if you're 100% knowing what they're thinking and how they're thinking. But they could have done it in a way where it was still mostly from Miss Marple's point of view, or had her more in the story so that, I don't know, that I felt like it was a Miss Marple book. And not the vicar and Miss Marple's just the neighbor.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. Again, she's our title character, and she didn't feel like our protagonist. She felt like she was on the outskirts of this mystery. And even if we had done kind of that third-person limited point of view, that would have worked for me. Again, I would have been all for alternating. Maybe everyone in the village sort of had this vantage point. We could have gotten that. But the fact that Miss Marple was just so on the outskirts, that left me a little disappointed.
Yeah, I was disappointed as this for my first Miss Marple, because I had such high hopes for it. Because I mean, the other two books that I've read by Agatha Christie, I loved, And Then There Were None, and I loved Murder on the Orient Express. It was really, really good. Like, they kept me on the edge of my seat, which is really rare for a classic to be able to do, because you guys know I don't normally read classics. I don't like classics. And so I had high hopes, and it just sort of was like puttered out, and I was very sad.
One of the things, this is a very random side note, is that the names, Anne is a regular name, but we had some very kind of...
Lettice. So I kept looking at it in the book when I was reading, and I was like, lettuce. Like, I don't know why I couldn't help, but like in my head, I was like, yeah, her name's Lettuce. Like, that's a great name, Lettuce. And then when I finally started listening to it on audiobook, it was like, yes, and Lettice. And I was like, oh, yep. That makes a lot more sense. Good job, Courtney. Good job.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was Lettuce lettuce too. I was thinking, is like spinach and kale gonna come up? I was waiting for like more things to pop up like that. And then when I watched the adaptation, everyone except her mother and then another character called her Lettice. Everyone called her lettuce otherwise. Only 2 people called her Lettice. And so I was going, okay, so other people are thinking lettuce when they see her name. And so that actually was that reaffirmed my own idea of, yeah, okay, I'm not completely insane thinking that you can call her lettuce. I was waiting for, more names. I mean, but Griselda was the other one where I was going, okay, so we're just going to go with this.
Right? It's just like, yeah, 100%, 100%. What did you guys think about it as a whole? Did you think that the mystery was like a good mystery? Did you figure it out? Did you know what was going to happen? Or were you just as perplexed as Angela and I when it came to the mystery and the whodunit? And I don't know, I sort of felt lied to because like I thought that it was the wife. And then whenever they were like, nope, it's not the wife. And I was like, well, then it has to be the daughter. I was like, those are the 2 people that I feel would gain the most from the murder. And then, yeah, I was sort of like taken aback from it.
I thought it was the wife right from the get-go. I thought it was the wife. And then when they ruled her out, I was kind of disappointed and I was going, okay, so she was my guess. Now what's going to happen? And then when it went back to her, I'm going, so did you just lead me down a path for no apparent reason? Because it kind of felt as if you could have almost cut it right there instead of going like a roundabout to have a new mystery and then you solve it again, even though they had already confessed. Maybe cheated a little bit.
Just a little bit. Did you figure out that what's her name was Lettice's mom? Because I figured that out whenever I read that her dad was talking to her. I was like, that has to be her mom. That has to be 100%. That is the mom.
I was going to say there's like this familiarity between them. And the fact that the other one, Anne, was so specific, I'm the stepmother, she's my stepdaughter. And the fact that they kept writing that, I think that made it easy to kind of like pick up on that little detail right there. It wasn't a subtle thing. What? Oh, we have comments?
I'm reading comments. Yeah. Nicole says that she 100% thought that it was the daughter. And then I like what Rebecca said. She goes, I had read before, but didn't remember how it ended. And she kept thinking the doctor. There was a brief minute where I was thinking it was the doctor too, because of how she was describing the doctor's face and like being excited about certain things. And like, I don't know, like how he felt sort of off. I liked that. And then Nicole says, I felt lied to as well. When the 2 confessed at first, I was like, oh, they for sure couldn't have done it. And then I forgot about them. So I felt 100% lied to.
Yep. High five. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Hey, Trish. Hi, Anna. Happy early birthday, Anna.
Oh, happy early birthday. When is it?
I think her birthday's tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. I saw that on her Instagram. I think it was Instagram or Twitter, or it was one of them. It was one of them. One of the things.
Just follow her everywhere.
Yeah. I do follow her everywhere. So I'm like, I don't know where it was. Yeah, so just to recap, I gave the book a 3 stars out of 5 stars, and I was not impressed. But Angela's a 3.5.
I mean, to me, it felt like a play almost, and so I kind of looked at it from that lens, that perspective of okay, we have this kind of abridged writing perspective. Like, the way the narrative played out is there wasn't a lot of superfluous words. There wasn't a lot of flowery language. It was very direct and to the point. And again, when you have the layouts with the actual stages of the murder, that kind of again reminded me of a play setup of saying, hey, this is where, actor 1 comes in. So again, I think when I saw the diagrams, that's when I kind of made that play comparison. And apparently Max wants to say hi.
Puppy. And I like that comparison a lot. Like, I'm not going to lie, guys. I almost just watched the show, the 93-minute movie episode, and not finished the book. Like, that was like, I was like that close. And then I was like, Courtney, you cannot not read the book for your own book club. Like, that would just be horrible. So I powered through and listened to the book because I had a lot of doctor's visits. So it was like 30 minutes to the doctor, and then it was like 30 minutes back to work, and then 30 minutes to the doctor. And so it was like back and forth, back and forth. So I was able to nail it and get it done just in time for the live stream. I was very proud of myself.
Well, that's a lot of doctor's visits. I hope everything, is okay.
Yes, it's just they're checking my thyroid stuff. So hopefully they'll be able to figure out what's wrong and, make it to where I'm not so sleepy and migraines and, all of that stuff. So we're probably going to end it a little early tonight, guys, because I have a pretty bad headache. And so I'm sorry, but that's probably what's going to happen.
Again, I'm all for you taking your time, relaxing, and getting enough sleep. So I am okay with ending it at the 8:30 mark. We already kind of discussed this beforehand, so I am with you on that.
I've been doing weekly vlogs, so if you guys really want to know what's going on with all of this stuff, I've been doing weekly vlogs. So there, you can go there if you would like, I guess.
Well, I was going to say one of the household, the things we should mention is that the whole Cat and Caboodle, that one over on the Twitter account for next month's book club read. So the whole Cat and Caboodle, next month's book, get your copy so that you can read it and talk to us about it. So that one with 43% of the vote. So we have that next month.
I'm super excited because I don't know if you guys realize, but I was really in a cat mood because the first one was Taste Fur Murder, and it's got a little bit black and white kitty on it. And then the other one is Meow If It's Murder, and it had another black and white kitty on it. And then this one is the whole Cat and Caboodle, which has a little black kitty on it, which also I realize is what my cats are. I have a black and white cat, and then I have an all black cat.
Meanwhile, I have a little white dog.
I'm super excited about this because one of my favorite series is the Magical Cat Mystery series by Sophie Kelly. And Sophie Ryan is actually another name for Sophie Kelly, another pseudonym. So it should be really, really, really awesome and fun to read.
I like how you already have the book. You're like, I'm ready to go. I've got this.
I have the first 4 or 5 in this series, and I haven't started it yet. So, if it's really, really good, which it's going to be because it's Sophie Kelly, I'm just going to end up reading that whole entire series for March.
You're like, and this is my to-do list.
Yeah.
List.
Yeah. Make sure you guys check out March Mystery Madness because that starts March 1st. And so there's a whole list of things that you can do. Like your TBR should be with blue on the cover, old, new, there's all different kinds of things. And then there's also Twitter sprints that are going to be going on and Instagram challenges as well. So March is all of the mysteries.
I was going to say, as soon as you said blue cover, I'm like, and you already have one option here.
Yeah, exactly. So
he's a good boy. I just saw that. Yes, Max is a very good boy, and he's also very fluffy. He needs to get trimmed. And I love seeing the fur babies. Whenever you get to see them, it's always,
It's always good. Nicole, so I got the Teashop Mystery series by Laura Childs, a bunch of books in the Hannah Swenson series. She's ready for March Mystery Madness. Yes, that makes my heart so happy. We are going to do a live stream for March Mystery Madness on Lizzie Faye's channel on Friday. Yeah. She asked me to be a part of the live stream. So it should be fun.
Hannah Swenson is one of my favorite cozy mysteries. I love her so much. Joanna Fluke is one of the queens of cozy mystery. I love her. I really hope you enjoy that series.
Yeah, it is a really, really good series. Anna, have you ever had a body armor drink? I get those when I have a migraine and they seem to help. I haven't, Actually, right now I'm doing the Whole 30, which is 30 days of nothing but whole food. My doctor thinks that part of my migraines are also from diet reasons, and so I'm only eating meat, vegetables, and fruit. No sugar, no caffeine, no like a whole bunch of stuff. But they did an MRI on me, and I've got some inflammation in the right frontal cortex of my brain because they think that my migraines are causing inflammation. So it's just, you know, they're trying to figure what everything that's going on. I had a thyroid uptake scan today, so they should be able to know what's going on by tomorrow, and then hopefully I can go see an endocrinologist and get some medicine and be so much better and be my peppy self again instead of being tired all the time.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you're going through this.
Yeah, it's frustrating because it's not my personality to not feel well. So I'm normally
nobody wants to feel lethargic. I mean, I'm so sorry that this is something that you have to deal with and you're going through.
Yeah. My doctor is a really good doctor, though. She went like 10 years into my past medical history, and apparently she thinks that all of this stuff that I've ever gone through is because I have hyperthyroidism. So hopefully she'll be able to figure it out.
I'm glad you have a doctor you trust. Yeah. That's a very important step.
She'll text me and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Everything going all right?" And like, it's just, I've never had a doctor that's so attentive. It's nice.
I've never heard of a doctor texting a patient, so I was like, keep her.
Yeah, no, like she has my loyalty forever. Like I'm never leaving her. I don't care where she goes. I will follow.
Like where she, like, that sounded very Gilmore Girls to me.
It was very Gilmore Girly. I'm glad you picked up on that. Yes, very Gilmore Girly.
Like, Carol King to sing like the theme song for us.
Mm-hmm. I see that Stephanie plans on reading Ellie Alexander and Kate Carlisle. 2 great picks. 100%. Love it. Finishing the Bake Shop Mystery series. You should totally do a cooking vlog. Do a Cooking with Cozy's vlog, Nicole. It will be amazing and fantastic. It's so much fun trying out recipes from Cozy's. I promise you, it's so much fun. I have not tried MyGrelief, but I will. If it's natural preventative, I will totally try that. Yes, I am getting even more headaches because of a caffeine withdrawal, but that's supposed to go away in a couple of days. But yes, check out March Mystery Madness. It will be amazing. Amazing. I see London Levitt series. Yes, London Levitt. I'm actually reading hers right now. And Agatha Frost, if you read the Paradell Mystery series, Agatha Frost comes out with a new book tomorrow. And those are really, really short and easy reads. Is anybody else going to be joining for March Mystery Madness? He's being such a good boy.
He wanted me to pick him up, and now that, you know, I did, I think he's being okay. Because before he was doing all sorts of things to try and get my attention. Oh, now that I'm talking, he's like, "Mommy, you're not paying attention to me."
I'm not. I don't have your undivided attention.
He's going back on my lap. He's always on my lap, in case you guys don't see him. He's right here. He's always here for live streams. He's my little baby. Oh yeah, he wants the other arm. Okay, I figured that out.
He's got to have it even, you know, like one side on this side and one side on the other side.
Well, he has to be part of it if we're doing cat month next month. So, you know, gotta have a dog somewhere.
Heck yeah. I mean, next month you can totally go and find dog cozy mysteries. That'd be cool. I'm totally down for that.
Well, even my favorite They Hannah Swenson, she has Moisha. She has a cat, so I do like reading about cats. Again, I don't know what this little guy's doing, but he's enough dog to keep me busy and occupied. So cats are pretty good. I'll take it.
Good night, Trish. Well, does anybody have anything else that they want to say about Murder at the Vicarage before we...
The dog's like, I want to say goodbye to Trish too. Trish is so sweet. There's a bingo challenge. That's interesting. I don't know. I feel like I need to learn more about March Mystery Madness because I'm not really sure what it entails. And it looks like we just lost... something's going on here tech-wise.
What is it?
All of a sudden, I just saw your face, and we lost the live image feed. I don't know what happened there.
I didn't leave. They said Courtney left. Courtney did not leave. Courtney's right here. Hello.
I keep getting this advertisement. Oh no, what is this?
Courtney did not leave. You're back. Yay, I'm back. Hey. I don't know what happened. That was weird. I promised I wouldn't leave without saying a proper goodbye. That's rude.
And apparently my phone and laptop are linked, so even though my phone is on vibrate, my computer started ringing. So that was interesting.
That's understandable. Yeah. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say about Murder at the Vicarage before we get off a little bit early tonight? Are you guys excited about, you know, the whole cat and caboodle? Because I know I am.
Well, I love how you already have your copy. I'm like, I need to go order mine now. So I gotta go get my physical copy and download the ebook and get ready.
Yes.
Hear me. I was the voice of God. I was Morgan Freeman.
Yes. Which is awesome because Morgan Freeman is God.
Every single time someone says God, I just actually picture his face because of Bruce.
Like, just his voice, like it's just, yeah, 100%.
Like any voiceovers, I always just think of him immediately. Doesn't matter what the voiceover is. I'm just like Morgan Freeman.
I'm like, you just want Morgan Freeman to be the voice of all of the overtures, like all of them, like
exactly.
You know, Discovery Channel documentary, Morgan Freeman. I will listen to it.
I was going to say, he will never not have work.
Exactly. I want Morgan Freeman to narrate my life. Oh, Rebecca, it's always the last Wednesday of the month. So whatever day that falls on, it's always the last Wednesday of the month. And we alternate from my channel to Angela's channel. So next month's will be on Angela's channel.
Yeah, and so what we will do is I'll create an event, a live stream event, and I will tweet out the link. So you can always set a reminder and you'll have the URL to click onto. So try and make it as easy as possible. And then obviously the Twitter and Instagram reminders are going to be there as well. So definitely try and keep you posted and you'll know what's going on.
Yeah. Good night, Lady Gizmo.
Is that a little bear emoji? That is so cute. I don't know what it is, but it's adorable.
Oh, no, it says it's a dog.
It's a dog?
It's a dog. It looks like a dog.
It reminded me of like a teddy bear face. But it's so cute.
Yes, everyone go and subscribe to Angela. Make sure you're going and supporting her on YouTube and Twitter and on Instagram. She has amazing pictures and she is the Twitter queen. I am so lame when it comes to Twitter, but she is so awesome with her movie watch-alongs for the Hallmark mysteries and everything. So if you're not subscribed to her, you need to go over there and do it. Like now.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I will be tweeting the next Chronicle Mysteries premiere. It is this Sunday at 9 p.m. Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. It's a cozy mystery movie. Alison Sweeney, I love her. She is Hannah Swenson. So again, that adaptation, love her in that. So I had to watch Chronicle Mysteries. So I already put a little announcement. I'm going to be tweeting again. So if you guys are Hallmark viewers, come hang out with me Sunday night because I want the company. I want to watch y'all.
Yes. See, there you go. You already have another follower.
Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet.
Good night, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your cruise. I'm gonna obviously DM you because I DM you all the time, but I hope everything's going well. And see, I'm like high-fived Rebecca with like the Hallmark mysteries. I love Hallmark mysteries. That is my catnip. I love their mysteries. I'm such a fan. So I'm like high-fiving you virtually.
100%. I love them as well. I don't watch them as religiously because I just found out about them last year from Angela that they even existed. So yeah, I'm behind on the times, but I'm slowly getting there.
Because like I've been watching them since I was probably like 16 or something, and so I've seen them go through like John Lasseter did his series where he did like 10 different movies, and then they did Kelly Martin where she had one series. Now she's back doing another one. I'm going, how are you, Haley Dean? You used to be Mystery Woman, so it's like coming around again.
Yeah, and I think it's becoming more and more popular. I think that cozies are just like, you know, they're booming right now, which is great.
Oh yeah, they have the crossword puzzle mystery movie next month. So again, we better like hang out, do these tweet alongs. So just saying.
I love it. Well, it looks like everyone's saying good night, which is awesome. Make sure that you go and get the whole cat and caboodle and then come and join us on Angela's channel next month. I have a good feeling that this is going to be a really good cozy. I have high expectations for it. So I'm super excited.
I was just putting my little channel name there just in case. My Twitter and Instagram and every other thing is Writer A Heart, Writer A Angela Hart. And then my booktube channel is Books Are My Heart, HRT, like books are me. So I thought it was a cute little play on words, but I just want to make sure you don't get confused. So I just put it right there. So yeah, I mean, I hope you feel better. You know, again, I wanted to make sure that we did keep this shorter for you. So thank you guys for joining us, and I hope to, you know, chat with you guys this Sunday night on Twitter and see you next month talking about our next book.
Yes, good night, everyone. I hope that you have an amazing night and a wonderful month of reading, and make sure to, you know, join us throughout March to talk about more mysteries and everything like that. So good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.